The first green revolution transformed global agriculture. It both yield and helped feed billions. But it also came at a cost: soil degradation, biodiversity loss, and dependence on water and chemical. Now, scientists and farmers face a new challenge. How can we feed a growing population without exhausting the plants and resources? The answer may lie in the double green revolution, one that combines productivity with sustainability. By using the power of genetics, we can grow crops that are higher yielding, more nutritious, and more resilient to drought, pests, and disease, while protecting soil, water, and biodiversity. This revolution isn't just about food, it's about smarter, greener food for the future.
Food security is one of the greatest global challenges of our time. By 2050, the world's population is expected to reach nearly 10 billion. On top of this, the United Nations estimate 2.3 billion to be moderately or severely food insecure. This means we'll need to produce around 50% more food than we do today to both improve current standards of living as well as feeding the growing population. Yet we face serious environmental limits, including land degradation, biodiversity loss, and climate change. This is where the concept of the doubly green revolution comes in. Unlike the first green revolution, which focused mainly on yield increases through fertilisers and irrigation, the doubly green revolution aims to increase production while also protecting natural resources. The doubly green revolution focuses not only on producing enough calories, but also on ensuring nutritional quality, resilience to climate stress, and sustainable farming systems. Genetics, through both traditional breeding and biotechnology, offers powerful tools. For example, genetic improvements can create crops that use nitrogen more efficiently, tolerate drought and salinity, or resist pests, reducing the need for chemical inputs. This means farmers can produce more food on the same land with fewer environmental costs. The importance of food security is clear. Without sustainable intensification through genetics, we risk a future where production is both insufficient in quality and destructive to the environments that it relies on. The doubly green revolution provides an opportunity to continue to feed the world without devastating it.
Growers are encouraged to produce more food from the same land area while reducing environmental impacts. These include the reduction of chemical control, reduced water use, environmentally conscious farming systems, and safe GMO varieties. Host plant resistance is an attractive alternative to chemical control. Most crops lack durable insect-resistant varieties, and identification of the molecular basis of insect virulence is paramount. Host plant resistance refers to the ability of a crop variety, the host, to naturally resist, tolerate, or avoid damage from pest or pathogen. It's a sustainable alternative to chemical control as the plant itself provides defense. Many avenues of research can be attributed to the HPR methodology, including advances in plant breeding, genetics, and plant-insect interaction. Due to the current agricultural challenges, focus is largely bestowed to the research and development of resistant varieties and deployment into integrated pest management approaches. In rice farming, water-saving irrigation techniques are being implemented as an alternative to permanent flooding globally in order to face more severe and frequent droughts, and have proven effective in reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Positive climate change mitigation effects are observed under alternate wetting and drying management practices. Methane emissions decrease when compared to continuous flooding. No-till is the term given to a revolution in the agriculture industry where tillage practices are abandoned or minimised. No-till systems improve erosion control, soil water storage, soil quality, and in many instances, yield and net farm income. Adoption of this methodology has increased at an exponential rate since popularisation of the concept in the 1990s. In traditional agricultural systems, the soil is tilled several times during the fallow period to control and prepare a seedbed suitable for sowing. As a result, previous crop residues are typically removed by or for tillage practices, which can disrupt soil structure, accelerate surface runoff, and soil erosion. The exchange of genetic material between genetically modified crops and their wild relatives raises environmental concern. As the number of genetically modified crops produced increases, scientists and regulators face the challenge of overloading the regulatory system. The progression of gene editing in agriculture has been a formal feature of plant breeding for around a century. The goal to provide traits of agronomic interest to crop commodities, particularly disease resistance and abiotic stress tolerance. The concern derives from the environmental concern of gene flow from crops to their relatives and associated effects on human or animal health in exposure to protein products of the transgene.
At the core of the doubly green revolution is genetics, the science that lets us design crops for a more sustainable and productive future. For centuries, farmers and scientists have used traditional breeding to improve crops, selecting the best plants season after season to build varieties that yield more and withstand disease. It's slow, but it's effective, and it remains the backbone of modern agriculture. With modern technology, we've added new tools to that foundation. GM allows scientists to introduce specific genes from one organism to another. This means crops can gain traits that would otherwise take decades to develop by chance, like pest resistance or high nutritional value. One well-known example is golden rice, essentially engineered to provide vitamin A to help combat malnutrition in developing countries. Even more precise is genome editing, using tools like CRISPR. Instead of adding new genes, genome editing makes small, targeted tweaks to a plant's own DNA, helping it adapt to stress, grow in tough conditions, or use nutrients more efficiently. Another breakthrough, called doubled haploid breeding, fast-tracks the process by producing pure, stable, completely homozygous crop lines in just one generation. This drastically cuts the time needed to develop improved varieties. And when these genetic advances are combined with precision agriculture, technologies like drones, sensors, and smart irrigation, the results can be transformative. Together, they make farming not just more productive, but smarter, more efficient, and more sustainable for the planet.
The pursuit of a doubly green revolution is hindered by several crucial challenges that demand careful mitigation. A primary hurdle is public mistrust of GM crops fueled by concerns over safety, corporate influence, and unclear long-term effects on the environment and human health. This perception issue requires transparent communication and robust regulation. Furthermore, agricultural practices risk promoting large-scale monocultures, where planting a single genetically uniform crop vast areas heightens and the vulnerability of the entire food system to single destructive pest or disease. The widespread use of herbicides also precipitates the evolution of herbicide resistance in weeds, creating superweeds that necessitate increased chemical application, which directly undermines the sustainability goals. Finally, there's a vital need to manage the potential impacts on ecosystems, particularly concerning non-targeted organisms like crucial pollinators, to ensure that technical advancements do not inadvertently harm the overall biodiversity of farming environments. Successfully navigating these challenges, perception, monocultures, resistance, and ecosystems impacts is crucial for achieving the long-term success of sustainable agriculture.
The doubly green revolution is about balance, producing more food while healing the planet. Genetics give us powerful tools, crops that yield more, waste less, and withstand a changing climate. But technology alone isn't the answer. It must work hand in hand with sustainable farming, biodiversity production, and informed public trust. If we combine scientific innovation with ecology care, we can build farming systems that nourish both population and the planet. The future of agriculture isn't just green, it's doubly green.